Alright, so I came to this funny realization the other day. Like, I was with my girlfriend for about 12 years, And when we first started hooking up, we weren't dating, we were just hooking up. I kind of didn't like her. Like, I didn't really get on with her. And I just hooked up with her a couple of times. And then I got her pregnant. And I was like, man, I don't want to marry this chick. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not into her. I'm not into her at all. Like, I'm being serious. But then I didn't want my kid to be out there being raised by somebody else. So I said to her, right, we'll live together, but I'm not marrying you. I didn't really like her. Like, I wasn't really into her. And a few years went by and it got worse and worse and worse. I just hated living with this girl. I didn't like her at all. Like, I hated her. And I'd see all my friends going out with other girls, and I'd want to go out with them. I'd want to hang out with my friends, and I'd want to go out with other chicks, but I was stuck with this fucking chick. Man, I fucking hated her. But I had to raise my kid. So it was one of these things, like, and I felt like I'd given up my whole life. My whole life was destroyed. Just so I could raise my kid and live with this bitch that I didn't like. And year 5, year 6 came in, right? I still didn't like her. Like, I hated her. I hated her. More and more I hated her. Couldn't stand her. And I mean, we'd eat dinner together and we'd barely talk. And I'd fuck her every now and again, just to let her know that I was still there. But I just didn't like her. Hated her. Hated her. You know what I mean? Year 8, year 9, can't stand her. You know what I mean? The kid's getting older. I'm like, I'm got to get out of here. The kid's almost raised. I fucking hate this woman. And then around year 10, right, she had a medical emergency, right? I had to be rushed to the hospital. And I started to get a funny feeling in the pit of my stomach. This is true, right? Started to get a funny feeling in the pit of my stomach, and I didn't know what it was. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And at first I thought it was indigestion. And then I started to realize, holy shit, I'm worried about this chick that I can't stand. Like, and the news was bad. Like, she was in a serious dire medical emergency, and I was like, I'm upset. Like, I'm upset. Like, normally I should be, yeah, come on, you know what I mean? Come on, die on the operating table. Yes. Yes. Oh, like I'd say to her mom, oh, I'm so sad. Oh, I miss her so much. But secretly be going, yes. Free at last. You know? But for real, I was like upset. I was like, oh my God. I think I love this girl. And then it dawned on me, man. Sure as night turns into day. Okay? I don't love this girl. I don't want her to die. I couldn't live without her, even though I hate her. And it dawned on me. I have Stockholm Syndrome. It's true. And then I started to think, what if love is basically Stockholm Syndrome? What if we live with people long enough, so long, that we literally develop the medical, psychological syndrome based on Dr. Stockholm's theory that if you're with somebody long enough, even if you hate them, you can't live without them. You become melded to them. You begin to identify with them. They're so part of your world that you can't imagine a world without them. That's how part of your world they are. But it's just Stockholm Syndrome. That's all it is. You can break it. You can break out of it. Am I making any sense here? But the larger point, the hook, is I think I figured out how to make all marriages work. Right? I think I figured it out. I don't think we're meant to be happy in marriage. I think we're meant to be fucking miserable. I think we truly are meant to be miserable. Because that misery somehow, like as if you were being kept captive in a basement, chained to a wall, that misery makes us identify with our captor even more and actually bond us to them in a very real sense, far more than being happy with them would, you know? I think you're meant to be miserable. So for people who are married and are upset and want to leave, just pretend, right, that you can't. Just pretend you can't. Pretend you're in a basement and you're shackled to a wall and you're being physically abused and mentally abused on a daily basis. Okay? Just imagine that. And that, over time, will create a happy marriage and will make you love your partner even more. It's a weird thing, right? But I think I've solved marital problems. Like, I should be charging for this shit.